Sizzling debate over whether college athletes should be paid is really heating up after one of UConn's star basketball players tells reporters that he sometimes goes to bed starving.
Get utilized for what we do so well, and we definitely, we're definitely best to get a scholarship to our universities. But at the end of the day, that doesn't cover everything. We do have hungry nights that we don't have enough money to get food, and sometimes, needed money is needed.
The biggest college tournament starts on Tuesday, and the entire nation will be watching, which means big, big money.
March Madness now brings in over $1 billion in TV ad revenue.
$1 billion. That's more than the Super Bowl. It's almost more than the entire NFL postseason combined. And that might seem like a lot until you consider the number of ads they managed to pack in.
Sponsored by Lexus.
AT&T at the Half is presented by AT&T.
Our game is brought to you in HD TV by HP.
Coke Zero presents real fans of NCAA March Madness.
Pretty soon, the only thing left to sponsor will be the sponsorships themselves. And now Pepsi presents a Geico look at Nabisco's Toyota Moment of the Game, brought to you by Taco Bell.
I think they definitely should not be paid for a variety of different reasons. Number one, they get an education. They get an education on how to live as well as an education on how to make a living. They get an unbelievable experience. They get to travel. They have lifetime memory. And where does the money go, Brian? Number one, it pays for all sport. When you look at what happens to women's soccer, what happens to women's basketball, what happens to the Olympic sports, in addition to that, who builds the facilities? Who provides the various facilities for them to improve? And the academic achievement, the academic counseling they get. In addition to that, when you look at all the video equipment to enable them to develop their talent. You want a job? Drop out of school, go to work for Walmart. You're not supposed to have an awful lot of money. You're not supposed to get rich in college. When I was in college, they'd say you need a haircut. Look in the mirror. I say, I don't. I look at my wallet. My wallet told me whether I need a haircut or not.
Well, when you ask, should college athletes be paid, it sounds like a mandate that you have to pay college athletes. I asked the question, why would we prohibit it? This isn't high school sports where we're having bake sales and jogathons and charging $5 for admission. This is a multi-billion-dollar business that is professional in every way except how the athlete is allowed to be compensated. And to me, the question is, why would we deny athletes the right to fair market value and compensation in this multi-billion-dollar business when no other student is restricted from being compensated, let alone coaches and administrators? They're all getting their fair market value based upon this multi-billion-dollar enterprise. And my thing is, if they're old enough to sell, and we are selling them like crazy, they're old enough to be paid for it.
The whole system seems fundamentally flawed, and yet the NCAA constantly insists there is no way athletes can be paid even a nominal amount because
The notion of converting a student to a paid employee is something that is utterly antithetical to the whole principle of intercollegiate athletics. It completely changes the entire notion of what college sports is all about.
You know what? I think you might be right. If college sports is all about exploiting people, then yes, paying athletes would absolutely change the entire notion of what college sports are all about. And look, no one is saying that they need to be paid millions or hundreds of thousands or the same amount, or even that every school needs to pay every athlete. But to pay everyone zero when the kid selling their jersey at the campus bookstore gets $10 an hour seems a little bit strange. And if it truly is all about the romance of amateurism, that's fine. Give up the sponsorships and the TV deals, stop paying the coaches, and have teams run by an asthmatic anthropology professor with a whistle.
Big pile of cash that corrupts grown people. Let's give it to the kids. I mean, I don't know that makes sense to me. I'm thinking about my own kid. I've got a son named Cabral. He's 9 years old. He is a great soccer player. And you know why he plays? For the love of the game. Do you think he would be a better player if at the end of every game he got more cookies and more snacks than the other kids because he was a great player? What happened to the love of the game?
Rated E for exploitative.
New from LWT Sports, March Sadness 2015, the most authentic college basketball game of all time. Because any game can give you the excitement of college athletics, but that's only about 2% of your week. For the first time, you'll get to experience the other 98%.
What are you? I'm gonna kill you!
Fun of being screamed at by a middle-aged millionaire while living in constant fear of losing your scholarship, be it from a career-ending injury, accidentally accepting a free lunch when you're hungry, or directly profiting in any way from the value of your work. Because making money's utterly antithetical to the whole principle of collegiate athletics. But don't take it from us. Take it from the unwilling star of EA's NCAA Basketball 09, Ed O'Bannon.
This game is every bit as a real thing.
You'll get to create your own player and enjoy an authentic student-athlete experience. Because our game puts just as much emphasis on an education as a real NCAA Division I school does. Are you ready for your Swahili exam? Congratulations, student. You speak Swahili. Now, back to the gym. It's the most authentic college game of all time, as another unpaid star of NCAA Basketball 09, Jalen Rose, will attest.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it's like.
And this year, if you play LWT's NCAA March Sadness, or you can choose School Administrator Mode, where your only job is figuring out how to somehow remain a non-profit. You want a stadium across from your stadium? How about a rocket ship? But be careful, because if you use a penny of that money to pay your players, game over. The point is, no matter which mode you choose, you're guaranteed all the joy of top-level college athletics. March Sadness 2015. LWT Sports. It's in the shade.